Horror Stories in New York, Part 15.
14th of April 1821, the Drunken Hangman. William Curry was a convicted sheep stealer, and so had earned the name of William Mutton. At his second trial, his death sentence was commuted to transportation, and whilst he was awaiting his fate, he was offered the role of the York Hangman. The position was repugnant to the crowds, as they knew that this post was held by condemned criminals, and so it was seen as a low blow to hang one of your own. But Curry had seemingly taken to drink to steady his nerves in the position. He oversaw many a prominent execution in the city: the 14 Luddites in 1813, the Yorkshire witch Mary Bateman in 1809, and on this day in 1821 he would oversee 2 separate hangings. The first of which would take place on the morning at York Castle. Michael Shaw was convicted of being a highway robber. Then Curry would make his way across the river here to Bale Hill, where the city jail was situated. William Brown was to be hanged for burglary. However, as Curry made his way across the river, he had apparently stopped at one or many of the alehouses and was steaming drunk by the time he arrived. As he was waiting for the prisoner, he began to heckle the crowd, screaming at their faces, "You come on and try it, and I'll have you." The crowd jeered back at him. By the time Brown had arrived, Curry was so intoxicated he couldn't even place the noose around the poor man's neck, each time missing him by about a foot either side and knocking the cap that covered Brown's face to reveal a very bewildered Brown. The crowd grew more and more angry and started to scream back, "Hang the hangman! Hang Jack Ketch!" Jack Ketch was a notorious hangman down in London that was known for his incompetence. The sheriff's officers had to step in to get the job done and served as bodyguards for Curry as the mob tried to climb the scaffold, trying to hang Curry himself. This wouldn't be the first time or the last that Curry would bungle an execution. Just a few months later, as he was serving as executioner at another hanging, Curry's job was to pull the lever that would activate the trapdoor in the scaffold so the condemned man could fall through. But Curry had failed to see that he too himself was stood on the trapdoor, and as the lever was pulled, the condemned man fell through the trapdoor, as did Curry. Curry would retire from the position in 1835 after overseeing more than 117 hangings.